All right, good morning, everybody. Can you hear me loud and clear? If yes, give me a thumbs up. All right, or L and C, please. All right, good morning to you guys. Right, so then send this share this to Cambodia site. Okay, that's in the Facebook page. Okay, guys, good morning to you once again. All right, today is a great day to start. All right, great day to start the week. All right, guys, good morning to you. Let me take a look who we have this morning. We have Ray Young, Dennis, Hinwa, Louis, Lionel. Good morning to all of you. All right, today MAO is going to be really fun. All right, lots of stuff once again as usual, full of great stuff. Okay, let me just take some pictures. We start this morning. Okay. All right, now like I say once again, guys, get your friends coming now, like and share this right now, because there will be a lot of very incredible content that we'll share with you today. And as you can see right now, the financial market, right, majority of them are trading a bit lower, all right, than Friday's closing. So what's the reason for that? I will share with you more in detail. But nonetheless, it's all right. I do expect more selling to come later this evening. All right. So more details coming up. All right. Let's start our morning MAO right now. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let me share my screen and we're ready to go. Okay, done. All right, once again, guys, 11th of April today, 2022, Monday. We are just 13 days away from our big event on the 24th of April. All right, people has been texting me on the site asking me when will that be? When's the next? When's the registration? Now we will be doing it very, very soon. But the main thing is this: a reminder. Number one, it's on a Sunday. Do note it's a Sunday. All right, so 24th of April is a Sunday. Take note of that. Number two, the event itself will start at 9:45, where 9:30 registration starts. 9:45 the event will start going, and we will finish it by 1 p.m. But the main draw of this whole event itself, right? There's loads of information shared with you, and there are many gifts to be given out on that day. All right. So of course you want to meet a celebrity like Zhang Yaodong, right? You can also come in and join us, but there's a condition. Which number 3 is you must come in pairs. That means that, right, you have to invite a friend with you to join this event. So let's say now you have 3 of you guys, then you need to have 1 more guy to come in. You understand? Okay. So you need 1 person, then you will need to get a friend to join you. All right. There's no way out over that as well. And registration has to be done because when you come in as well, right, we will need to see your registration. We will check with our this name roll. Then we'll let you come in. So if you come in, but we don't have a friend with you, then we will not be able to let you come in. This is very, very important. Yeah, this is something so important. You must make sure your friend comes in time with you to start the event together. Okay, this is very, very important. All right. Okay. All right. Now today is all right. You can see that my video, my background is showing you the current situation in Ukraine right now. It's still ongoing. I think this day 48:50. I lost track. But definitely it's all right. This is going to still ongoing and things may get crazier as I can see from here. Then of course, China side is all right. The crisis in Shanghai continue and it becomes hilarious. I'll tell you more in details very shortly. And of course, very important, food prices. Oh my God. Now, yesterday I was at having my lunch. If you saw me on Facebook, yesterday I was having lunch with my family members. Then we went for a very normal prawn noodle. Okay, I didn't like that store, but I know that people who knows it in Tampines as a famous store, whereby the guy will be clanging non-stop with his ladle. So anyway, now last time about 2 years ago, it's for $3. Okay, and the prawn is not a big prawn, it's just a normal prawn. So then it went to $4. That was last year. So 2 years ago was $3. Last year was $4. Early this year, $5 for prawn noodle. Okay, and yesterday, $5.50, $5.50 for a normal bowl of noodle, a Hokkien. This is a prawn noodle soup. Oh my goodness, $5.50. You mean about a heartland place? It's not even near the aircon place. My God. All right, $5.50. Seriously, guys, this is going to continue to go higher. You may think that I'm kidding, right? I'll tell you more in detail. All right. So food prices, in my opinion, is going to go higher. Do you agree with this statement? So do you guys agree that food prices, do you agree that food prices are still going up? If you agree, hit the word agree. All right. If you disagree, put the word disagree. Let me know. All right. Do you agree that the food prices will continue to go higher? In my opinion itself, yes, it will go higher. I am not half surprised now to say $6 for a bowl of noodle. But the question is this: $6 of noodle. That means that it's not 100%. You know, 100% in just 2.5 years to 3 years. This is really crazy, right? Think about this. This is crazy. I mean, wow. I mean, my point is this: did our pay increase by 100% too? So the point is this. All right. Not only that the price of food is going up, right? Yes, indeed. All right. Ray Young also said that. A lot of things is moving up. Exactly. A lot of things is moving up at the same time. Now this is getting really out of hand. But can we blame anybody? Nothing. No one to blame. All right. Because we had very good times. So if you basically itself, right, did not make money from the market, then you really have to do it. Because like it or not itself, as the family man, as for myself, we had to put food on the table. I mean, we can reduce some of the luxury food or product, I mean, stuff like that, but still, you still need to put food on the table. So to me, is that this is going to really hit us very hard, and I believe that it's going to come harder. All right, let me explain to you why in detail. But before that itself, disclaimer apply as usual. All right, please make sure that you do your risk management. Okay. Oops. Okay, I'll leave your PowerPoint slip up again. Okay, let me mind. It's okay. All right, now first of all, this is the joke of the day. All right, you can see that this is Uncle Sam asking the crystal ball, and obviously the gypsy or this lady is supposed to tell you the fortune, right? But you can see very clearly Uncle Sam wanted to lie to me, and the lady was giving him the laser stare. Obviously, it's out, right? It's like, what are you talking about? Okay, so why is that so? It's out now. Uncle Sam is definitely under very heavy bombardment with the recent inflation in America. All right, but the thing is this, all right, the people who were leading it itself, I mean, the one that were in the Federal Reserve, all right, they didn't seem to see it from the point of any consumer. Let's take a look. Now, this is a very, very good picture, collected. Okay, and you can see this. Like example, in 2019, low inflation is one of the major challenges of our time. Jerome Powell in 2019 April. Oh my God. Okay. Janet Yellen only regret as a federal chairman, low inflation. Okay. Then we have New York President John Williams says low inflation is the problem of this era. Okay. And Fed Brenner calls for the new strategy to boost inflation. So when I see all this, it's all right. I'm just going to half wonder whether this inflation drive recently is actually orchestrated, expected, or created by them, or is it really? Because now you see, these are the people who are leading, the Fed chairman, the Fed women, they're the one who leading the show, and they were all looking for inflation to go up. But when now we are having an inflation that's out of control. So I just wonder, it's all right, is this all part of the whole thing? Or is it really because they wanted inflation, they go all out, but then they forgot to pull the handbrake, or they just couldn't know when to stop? So this is where it gets very funny. Okay, all right, these are the people who created all this problem, and they are now coming out and say that, oh, okay, inflation now a bit too much, right? Like Breno say inflation a bit too much now, let's just cool it down. Then Yellen says, oh dear, we had to do something before things get worse. And Jerome Powell now say, you know what, let's just do some QT. So again, you notice that, right? Whatever they say, it means that's what they want. Okay, undeniable. So this is the first joke here this morning. Yeah, okay. Now remember last year only, right? Early last year, when I was telling people that wonton mee was hit $5 per bowl. Now at that time itself, everybody was laughing at me non-stop. Because why? That time wonton mee was at $3 or the most $3.50. So to see $5 was really something that is unimaginable. Then after that itself, in April 28, I came back again and I put as a caption, I say, remember I mentioned about the wonton noodle costing $5, and truth be told, right, by April itself, right, some of the more prominent stores are already showing at $5, but that is still April last year. But this year itself, right, you can see a majority of the noodles, all right, is at $4.50 to $5 already. So again, that means that the foresight to see this was really pretty decent for me. All right, but what does it tell us then? I mean, it's not about glamoring, about I'm being correct about the wonton mee, but it's actually about what I fear most, and that's inflation, because that's come with a interesting SOP. Now, remember now, back then itself, right, last year, wonton mee is at $3 to $3.50. You can see that for the very standard bowl of wonton noodle, yeah? The more atas one, the more people that go for it one, they already hit $5. Okay, now why do I bring this wonton mee back again in this picture? Why? Let me show you now, guys. Remember, okay, remember this. This is the sector rotation, the stock market and economy. Now, back then itself, right, when I was doing this MAO back then, I was telling everybody that this current situation now is actually somewhere around here, whereby commodity prices will start to go higher, and that is where usually the market top will be. And I mentioned that, right, after that itself, there will be a movement towards defensive industry. So the time itself, right, we are still not here yet. We're still near the considerable late expansion area. Remember? That was what I shared back then itself. Okay? So now, do you remember now that recently someone has been buying loads of defensive industry stocks? Do you notice that? You notice that recently it's all right, people are buying defensive stocks. Who are they? In case you would ask, let me show to you now. People like HSBC, people like Credit Suisse and UBS, they start to name their top defensive stock picks. Now, Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway, they also go into defensive mode. Hey, wait a minute. Why these these financial institutions are buying defensive industry stocks? So if you look at sector rotation, it's pretty clear. We are now between late expansion to early contraction. So isn't that what we are taught in economy? But the thing is because now the stock market is near the high level, so it's very difficult to see this. But if you look at how the boys do things, you can see very clearly that they are already telling us that they are moving towards defensive industry. And that is meaning that they are starting to go into early contraction. And this is whereby traders should know that we are actually off the highs. All right, don't you see the point now that things is getting very interesting? And of course, prior to that itself, did we see the commodity prices going up? Yes, indeed. Really, right? Yes. So way earlier itself, right? Like last 2 years, technologies, transportation, services, basic materials all went up because that was during the early to middle expansion. So this is where it gets very interesting because people don't do this. I'm always 1 to 2 steps ahead of people because that is where we prepare ourselves. Rather than it happens already, then you react onto it, so that's too late. So to me, it's all right. Me and all my students, we already know what to do because all these are things that are really there. And of course, using whatever is happening right now, it basically concurs things even better, right? So this is something that you really need to consider. Yeah, you need to really consider on this. Just give me a moment. Yeah, let me take a short picture over here. This is so important. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's the reason why on the 24th of April, I will come in and share something very, very important with all of you. So you must attend this event. Now, what will happen is this, towards the last part of the event, I will give out another special gift. Now, this gift is going to be a segment whereby I invite you to join a very important sharing. All right. After this event is all right, I'll come out a code. Now this code is all right. You to take down, you to text us within the time frame. So which means that right, once you text that one, you'll be invited again to another event, but you to physically come and listen to it as well. And this is going to be very powerful because I'm going to share with you, right, why I believe that the stock market is all right might be going down further if let's say this actually happened. So there's a thing here to sell that there's something that is not being told here, but if this thing really happened, then the stock market will really come down quite a fair bit. And this is something that we don't see for many, many years already. So this is going to be very powerful. So you have to attend this 24th of April event, yeah, to basically go for the next one. So remember this, registration will start very, very soon. Now we have already made contact to some of you already, right? We already contacted you through this way, telling you that you have already been given the very early bird special to join us. And of course, people who receive this message from us as well, you should already send us the detail. Now, the thing is this, guys, if you do not send this to us soon, then when we start to launch it itself, right, then you will not be able to get the seat. So this is very, very important. You have to do it ASAP. So for those who have received our message, check your Facebook Messenger. It's all there. All right, you will see we have contacted you. You give us the detail. All right. All right. If not, you will lose this benefit of coming in first early. Okay. All right. Yeah. Now our pre-booking already hit 45%, and there's still a lot of people want to go for the pre-booking. So we hold back everybody, yes, because we have limited seats. Yeah. This is so important. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now this week is all right. We have a big week here. We have the core CPI data, and this coming on Tuesday tomorrow. Now the numbers is 0.5% previously, and the market is still looking at 0.5%. Okay, so if that is going to be 0.5 and it's flat, then that's fine. But kind of believe that it might be going higher than it is. Now the PPI data is expected to be higher, so that one is something to be taken note of. Crude oil inventories itself, right? I kind of believe that the number will still be negative. So let's see whether I'm right. And of course, the core retail sales will be coming out. The initial jobless claim, weekly one, and the retail sale. Now, of course, take note itself on Friday is Good Friday. So Good Friday, the stock market is all closed. So this is a shortened week this week, all right? But Thursday itself is going to be a big one. You know why? Because Thursday itself, there's a lot of earnings coming up, and they're coming from the banks. I'll share more in detail shortly, all right? So Thursday, 14th of April, is going to be a big one, okay? It's going to be a big one. So traders, kindly take note of that. So let's revisit what happened on Friday first. So Friday, the market was initially down 100 points. Then after that, it's all right, due to some good news from Russia and from Ukraine itself, the stock market rallied all the way up itself. That was a good run, almost up by 300 points at one stage. Then after that, interestingly, by the usual noontime, it's set to go sideways. But after lunch, apparently, selling started to kick in. And that's why they left the money by 137 points. So overall, it's still positive. But again, I don't like when market, usually, you see, when the market is actually bullish, the second half of the day, it usually be going up. But if the market is actually turning bearish or is bearish right now, usually the second half of the day, the market will have some tapering effect. So to me itself, right, this does look like one. So I kind of concerned of what's going on, okay, in the market. All right, then after that, let's look at the correspondent. What did they say? Okay, so the Dow climbs under 100 points on Friday. Stocks post weekly losses after Federal Reserve comments. So let's go into detail, right? Now, investors brace for tighter monetary policy from the Federal Reserve as both S&P 500 and NASDAQ pull from 3 consecutive weeks of gain. Hey, not bad one. 3 weeks of gain, 1 week down, what's a big deal? Sure, totally right. Yeah, totally right for this, okay? All right, so overall, it's all right. The S&P 500 was down by 1.2%. NASDAQ down by 3.86%. Okay, but the Dow Jones is actually down by only 0.28. Okay, so it seems to be okay, decent, yeah? All right, but only the Dow Jones has a back-to-back weekly decline, yeah, FYI. Okay, so the thing is this, what's going on right now? Because it's very clear that the Federal Reserve is changing its tune and is looking towards to fight aggressively the inflation, right? So of course, the main thing is that investors began to dump the riskier shares in anticipation of higher interest rate, limiting the group futures growth. Example like Nvidia, Micron, these guys are all struggling with the current supply chain issue. And of course, if there's going to be any form of recession, if there's going to be one, then they will be hit. So undeniable, like Tesla, Alphabet, Apple, all lost between 3% to 1.2%. Wait a minute. Isn't that just a couple of days ago, they're saying that, oh, now it's time to buy because why? The economy will not will have recession. That's my point, guys. The guys want to say recession, they tell you that's why they are selling. So if they are buying itself, they tell you there's no recession. So this is how the media works. And if you're going to be listening to them itself, right, you're going to be wasting your time. I'm doing this because I need to let you see how it flows so that you can understand this better. Okay. Then of course, share of Robinhood slipped 7%, right? Because the company downgraded it, obviously. When the stock market is coming down, so those stocks can actually involved with stock market, or those apps are like, apps that are doing stock market like Robinhood itself, right? Like this Momo, right? All this will get hit because why? If stock markets have to draw away, the funds draw away from stock market, lesser people trade, then obviously this counter revenue will be affected. Yep. So then the thing is this, the healthcare, the consumer staples are still going up. Yeah, I told you right, the defensive stocks are moving up. So this actually speaks a lot, guys, my friend, speaks a lot. So the thing is this, we all know that JP Morgan and American Express, they all rebounded because they were down previous time. So in short itself, right, the main driver is because of the $95 billion. Now do note that Federal Reserve itself, right, and this time around when they're reducing their bond holding, the way they reduce is not they're selling. It's very important. They're not selling their bond holding. They're letting it expire without adding. So there's a big difference here because why? When you are selling itself, you shoot the market, you hit the market harder. But if you let it expire, right, you're going to buy more, right? I mean, you're letting market to go on its own. So there's two ways to look at it. One way is this not as bad. So it's still reasonable, hawkish, but still not so bad. On the other flip note itself, right, that means that the Federal Reserve now is going to give you one ultimatum that you can do whatever you want in the stock market, but we are not coming in to help you anymore. Now, this is going to be very critical because why? If any time there's going to be any selling, you don't expect the Federal Reserve to come and save the day. This is very different. Now, last time itself, right, when you are buying and selling shares, what happened is this. When the market itself goes down to a certain level, right, you notice that the stock market will rebound. And it's as if that the market will never go down and it will always go up. Now, that is the thing that the market is trying to tell you now that will change. Because, right, in the coming months, this will not happen again. Okay, this is something that you must take note of this. So that's why nowadays, some of the people, a bit of those traders or trainers, when they call for a buy, they kind of realize that, hey, how come last time when I call for a buy here itself, the market will rebound immediately? How come recently, no matter how they call for it, that the market doesn't rebound? It's because Uncle Sam, all right, the granddaddy now, he is not going to add on position. So this is going to be very, very important here. I'll take note of that, yeah? Okay. So let's do a bit of revisit on what happened on Friday first. Okay, now Friday itself, right, the KSI was a green and it's a down tick. So that means that the buying interest will be limited. So what happened is because the market opens and it's above pivot 1, right, we all know naturally the market will go up. Above OP, above pivot 1, 100% it will go up, right? And indeed, it really went up. So the opening price was 34,586 and it went up to 34,926. That means the market went up by 400 points from where the opening price. So tell you right, the system really is powerful. But once it starts to come back down and goes below OP, it enters what it calls a new uncertainty zone. And when that happens, it's all right, we do not do anything. We actually, as traders, we don't do anything more. All right, so let me bring to you now what happened, yeah, during the day. Let's take a look. So during the day itself, the market was just ding-donging around this area. And then the BNB appears here. A BNB and a CCRY, all right, give a buy strong call. Why? Like? Because it's above pivot 1 and it's above OP, right? So it's a buy. And straight away, the market shoot up all the way to KTR +1. So this is actually the first trade and we all make money, right? Good. Then after that, a star appears on the screen. So when you see a star, all my students will know that we had to draw 2 lines and it's something like this. So if the market stays above the line, you are fine. But once the market goes below the line, not so good, okay? So it was like ding-donging throughout. Then, interesting, do you see this BNB here as well? Yes, this is a BNB, by the way. Now, this BNB comes together with this CCYR. And this CCYR itself have triggered the KTR +1. And that was where when the market goes down, you notice that once it goes below the star SL, the market just keep on coming down all the way. So if you actually saw this and shorted the market, right, congratulations, well done. Now, where a telltale sign? You see, the price was going up here. You notice that? But the KSI was already turning red. So that means that when the price was going upwards itself, right, the KSI turning rate, that actually speaks volume to tell you that something is wrong with the market. And of course, when the market started to go into selling mode, now you can see what actually happened. Okay, so what we have now is that we have another thing here at the bottom called the bond. So same thing as well, right? For the bond, we need to just put two things here. We put a high, we put at a low, and you can see immediately the market just failed to go down. The market never go down, in fact went up, and that was whereby you can look to buy somewhere around here, and you hold it up, and if the market crossed the RL, it should naturally go higher, and the market really did. So the time when it was happening, the KSI turned green, so that continued to give the market strength all the way to this point here, 34,900 series. But incredibly, after that, the market just gave way and came down all the way. There's no reason given. It was just profit taking. So, but then again, I raised my suspect here itself already. Okay, got it, yeah? Okay, so let's look at gold. Now, the thing is this, I have been saying this and I showed to a lot of people the last 2 days. Oops, sorry. All right, about gold. Remember, I was saying that gold has been sideways for 18 days. Remember? Now, what I did was pretty simple. I basically tell everybody around me, I say, look, this gold has been sideways for 18 days, okay? And I believe that, right, very soon there will be an upthrust movement. The first target that I gave, okay, the first target that I gave, let me just draw it properly. Okay. The first target I gave was 1950 or downside itself. You know, see the colors here. Okay, wait a minute, let me get something brighter. This is better. So good, yeah? Okay, never mind. Okay, anyway, the target was 1950 or if not 1910. Okay, so the closing was 1947.2 and day high was 1948. I think kind of decent, yeah, kind of decent call, yeah, in the market. Okay, all right. So with that itself, right, we are just near to it. Now, how high do you think gold will go? I think gold will go to 1954 first. Because 1954 is a technical level, 1954, okay? It's a technical level to watch. KCV, okay, this technical level has been utilized before. Sorry, it's not utilized, but it's actually a fresh chocolate bar over here. 1954 is a fresh chocolate bar, so I think the market will be going there. And if the market can cross 1954 convincingly, then the next target is 1984 level. 1984 will be the next level. So traders, kindly take note of that. So I'm saying once again, if gold will go up, right, first target 1954, next target itself will be 1984. So this one, let's take a look, yeah, very important. Okay, got it? Cool, very important, yeah? Okay. Now, why did we call for buy? I told you before, right? We called for buy because the KSI was green in color and there was no blue bars. When there's no blue bars and there's KSI green, these two condiments, we add them together itself, is one of the best bet in the market. And that's the reason why we were so bullish on Friday. While a lot of people were actually bearish on gold, we were bullish. So again, why are we bullish? Because we have all these indicators. A lot of people were saying that this is downtrend. So what happened is this, when the market came down, right, people thought that it would be going down. But to me, when I see KSI is green and no blue bar, we know that the market most likely is going to go up, not go down. So that's the difference between using conventional indicators versus our own indicator. All right, so pretty cool. Now, how many of you have made money from gold? How many of you have made money from gold? All right, if you made money from gold, right, can you put out there, made from gold? All right, that means that if you actually have profited from it as well, right? Okay, please key the word made from gold. Yeah, I want to see whether how many of you have made money from gold. Yeah. All right, how many of you have made money from gold? Yes, please key that text there, so made from gold. Okay, I want to see your response. Okay, let me see that whether how many of you actually use the MAO to your advantage. Okay. Now, last week itself, right, when I asked my student, right, quite a handful of them actually made money from gold. But of course, there's a whole another chunk of asking me, how come not everybody? You see, trading is very interesting when you actually tell people what to do at the start. Normally, people would not believe in you. at the start. No matter how, they won't do it. Maybe you're a handful of people who really trust you, they just because of you, they just do it. But it's usually after a while later when you realize that everybody is making from it, then you will jump onto the bandwagon. And when you jump onto the bandwagon itself, right? Oh my goodness, this is where you will definitely get hit. So now the thing is this, I believe that now we are still quite okay. Still for quite a people are looking at the short goal. So I think it's fine. In my opinion, I think it's fine. All right. Until the time whereby a lot of people buy gold, then you see everybody coming in. Then that is where the problem comes in. Wow. Okay, we have more than 90 people now online today. Very good, guys. Click on sharing and tell people to look at this. So today itself, right, I will share with you my very big concern of the stock market. So your friends are in trading, or they have a lot of big portfolio, or they know that they are losing money for the last few days and weeks, right? Tell them to join this one now. It's free. There's no marketing here. I'm not going to sell you anything. All right, I'm going to sell you a fish anyway. So just come in now and listen, because later part when go into some segment, right, it will really help you a lot. Yeah. Okay, so that's what happened to gold on Friday, and then we see the intraday movement. You can see how beautiful it is. So intraday movement, the market gave down first, and beautifully the market have a bomb right at the bottom. So you draw two lines, and you will see the impact of the two lines. It's incredible, yeah. Now you can see that, right? Once I draw the two lines, you can see that the KCX at the bottom turning green. At the same time, there's a bomb at the bottom. So that is where you should look to buy, okay? And buy, and buy. Can you see that? Because everything is good and it's above OP. Then what happened is, right, when the market purposely came down, you notice how the market stopped there beautifully, and also at the same time, also have a KCX at the bottom. So straight away, when the market goes a CCRY, color change from red to yellow, it was a buy again. And this time around, this is where the gold shoot up all the way within 1 hour. This is beautiful, all right? Now, of course, that time, what happened was that there was a room ongoing saying that, right, people are buying gold because rubles, I mean, the Russian want to buy people can buy the gold, and it's at a fixed ruble rate of 5,000 rubles. But the rubles FX rate is going up. That means that it is actually getting stronger. So that actually pushes gold to go higher, and that's where it happened. So now the thing is this, most likely it will ding dong here for a while. In my opinion itself, it will start to go up again at about 1954 to 1984 in the coming weeks to come. Okay, so these are what has happened on the chart side itself. We'll come back to charts later. Let's look at some global news, very important global news, yeah? And this will be fun. Cool, quickly now get your friends to join us. This is going to worth it. I'm pretty sure the later part, whatever I share with you, right, you will not see in any mainstream media. I spend a lot of time watching YouTube documentaries or YouTube videos every morning because I really want to see what is really happening around the whole world. And of course, every YouTuber or any this station, right, when they want to sell their stuff or want to promote, right, they must get information that's not found in mainstream media. So that's why when you go and look at, when we watch them itself, right, you can get some really incredible content. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Now, first of all, it's all right. Global food prices rise to highest level ever since the start of the Russian invasion. All right. Now, why? Because Russia actually is the #2 producer of wheat, and now Russia cannot send out the wheat. So what do you expect to happen to the wheat prices then? So world wheat prices soared by 19.7% in March as war in Ukraine disrupted the Black Sea export. This is nothing to be. We all said this last month already. I told you what. Wheat prices will go up. So now, in case you say, Kel, I don't eat wheat, what's the problem? Yeah, you may not eat wheat to begin with, but the animals, yeah, the poultry, right, they need that. So when wheat prices go up itself, right, it's going to hit. And of course, there are people who are vegetarians, they're going to hit. So there are people who like wheat, they're going to hit. So with all these things itself, now look at the numbers. Look at the numbers yourself. This is absolutely crazy. In 2018, the number for the food price index was at 95 region. Right? In 2019, it was still 95. Then the pandemic come. So even the pandemic come in 2020, right? The food prices only went up by 98 to 125. So you can see that it took about 1 year for it to hit the impact to hit. But after that itself, right, you notice the number begin to dwell down a little bit. But the scary part now is that March itself this year, the number has hit 159.3. Now, meat prices about 120 index level from 94. That's a 30% upside, right? Dairy about nearly 40%. Oh my God. The one that's crazy, cereal up by 70%. Oh my God, 70%. So imagine now, right? This is going to really hit people who really, you know, either they need it or they can't afford it. This is crazy in just 3 years' time. And of course, right, vegetable oil, you can see now it's even crazier. It was at 87.8 and now it's at 201. Oh my God, vegetable oil is double. Now you understand why itself your one-time meal is going up at an alarming speed. Because if everything increased by a little bit itself, right, the whole cost will come to you as consumer. Then of course there are two choices. Don't eat. If you don't eat, okay, you save the money, but your quality of life will drop. And of course, if this is going to be a normal staplet, right, then it'll be a big issue for you if you're not going to pay for it. So this is getting a bit out of hand. And the numbers itself is never since when? Since 2004, at least until now, there's not seen before. Oh my God, that means that it's the worst time, even during the worst, one of the worst stock market crash recently. So this is really scary. And not to think of that itself, right? Remember, Jerome Powell back in 2021 says that it's very, very unlikely the US will see the 1970s style inflation. Now, the reason is that now we are at record high already, record high. That means that this is really beyond 1970s. The current situation now is beyond. So now the thing is this, guys. This is again Jerome Powell who tell you that it won't happen, but it happened. He tell you inflation is not important. It's the biggest problem now. It's a big problem. Back then he said no problem. Now it's a big problem. Now you understand why it's so right. How can we trust the Federal Reserve? So the thing is this, if they now panic and they're telling you now they're going to do something to the stock market, do you think they're going to tell you the lie or tell you the truth? All right, this is where it gets very, very interesting. Yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting. So once again, you can see that I really go very deep. So get back to the local first. Yeah, early this year, sorry, that's a few days ago. Sorry, just a few days ago. All right, March 14. Hawkers in Singapore mull over rising food prices as Russian-Ukraine crisis add to cost and burden. So that means that, right, you can see our local costs, all the price all increased really, all went up in prices itself, okay? So last time, 4 pieces of Yong Tau Fu cost about $3. Now it is $3.50. All right, and those people who drink store, it's all right, even though they up by 10 cents, but every 10 cents counts because this is something that we drink every single day. So it still add up, okay? So all these are making people a little bit upset, and you can see that it's all increasing at the same time. So question is, don't eat, don't drink, cannot be right. You still have to eat, you have to drink. So how? Work harder, make more money from the market. That's the only way out. There's no other way out, my friends, okay? All right, so this thing leads to another thing. Is it because China having a problem? Of course, China, Shanghai itself, right, is still having the ongoing problem right now. It's getting worse because why? The food supply is getting a problem, okay? Although there are stockpile of food, but because they cannot go into Shanghai, all the food are at the outside area. No one is there to take care of it. What's no one there? So become a problem here. Go eat. Basically, it's all right. The people inside Shanghai is starving while the food is sent to Shanghai, but they cannot go in. So now become a very big problem, okay? A very big problem to what extent. Now, this is where it got very interesting and hilarious, okay? Imagine now you're a billionaire, okay, in China itself, right? This billionaire is not the renminbi billionaire, it's the US dollar billionaire, yeah? Okay, Kathy Xu is a venture capitalist, right? She gets involved in a lot of investment, including Meituan and Ding Dong Mai Cai. All right, so the best part is this. She actually go into a chat group in WeChat and ask for bread and milk. Oh my goodness. Think about this, okay? Think about this. This is crazy, right? A billionaire going to a group chat because she needs bread and milk. Okay, I'll come to that list later. Another guy itself, as you can see, a delivery worker, right? Happened to stock with sliced bread. Then he began to sell, but it's at premium prices. Obviously, people are starving. So now there's no choice. They want to make money, right? So let me show you now. This is real, okay? This is Kathy Xu, all right? 请问哪位邻居能把我拉到团子面包群? That means going to basically anyone can help me to bring me into this particular group whereby you can buy bread. All right, our family, 我们的家人都需要面包跟牛奶. My God. So all her good friends, all the also the rich Tai bring her in, and they were like, huh? 徐总是您吗? Meaning like, huh? I mean, Madam Xi, is it really you? You know, that type of thing. So of course you say maybe it's fake. No, she came out and said, yes, indeed, it's really I sent on. Because apology, my son brought some friends back home, and now my home got 12 people. Every day the food requirement is very big. That's why I need to go in to get from your guys. But now, thank you guys, all my bread and milk problem is settled. Thank you for all the calls and concern, and let us work hard together and let's recover. Thank you, everybody. Imagine. So imagine itself, right? One day you see examples of the billionaire in Singapore coming in to fight food over for you, right? How do you think? So it's not about the money anymore. Even your money itself, you can't get that because that is the scarcity of it right now at this point here. This is really crazy, and that is how bad it is. And this is like now I understand why China's stock market today is down. We're just going to jump in right now to see the stock market. Yeah, I'm kind of concerned for this. Okay, let's bring it in right now since we're on this topic here. Let's look at China market. Oh my God, the Chinese stock market is down. All right, it's down and it's below my level. Remember, I gave a level of 13,866. I said that if the market breaks below, it will go to the moving average of 13,700. And now it went down. So today itself, 13,853 is the opening price. Now it's 13,563. So it's down by almost 300 points. Down by 300 points. Oh my God. Okay, so that is how bad it is, the current situation now. All right. So again, all these, remember, 3 days ago, I was already telling you about China, Shanghai. I was telling you about the food and stuff. And of course, some people actually left some remark and say that this is all bullshit because we don't see such a thing happening in the news. Hey, come on, my friend. What do you mean by bullshit? Take a look. This is from Business Time. This is from Straits Times. This is on China Morning Post. All these are all the top publisher. How can we BS all this thing? And now I'm quite sure it's all right. You tell me that I BS this also. Okay. Anyway, I checked the source. It's absolutely correct. This really, really happened. So another guy is all right. This guy. This is called Chen Jianheng. Right. I think this guy. He is also a fund manager. All right. Who has lots of money. And the best part of this, what happened? All right. They're all buying. They need to buy some grocery. So apparently itself, right? Apparently, he lost his chicken. He ordered a chicken, the old mother hen, they want it for something for soup purposes or something like that. So apparently it's all right. He couldn't find because everybody was just taking whatever they want. So he got a bit upset. Now again, another multi-billionaire or millionaire, kind of exactly is, but coming in and normally Chinese people it's very important for their face. So they won't really, if you lose a chicken, they just never mind. But now because it's so important. They did everything, cost everything that they also want. So when the chicken is lost, right, he go into big hoo-ha and ask and demand, where's my chicken? So you can see that, right? Okay, who took it? Keep on writing non-stop. All right, keep on writing non-stop itself. Oh my goodness. Okay, but then the culprit is found. All right, the culprit, the culprit is found. So give a guess right now, just for trivial sake. Who took the chicken? Give a guess. Give a guess. Give a very wild guess. Who took the chicken? This is very funny. All right, okay. It's just for fun, but it's real thing. It's a real answer. Yeah. So because they looked through the CCTV, then they found that they found who actually took the chicken. So give a guess. Who do you think took the chicken? All right, you'll be surprised. All right, wait for your answer. I'll take some water. Pretty cool, right? Please, MAO. Now for me itself, I like to do this so that you can understand the situation better while being entertained in a way, while still learning some stuff and prepare yourself. All right, this is where the value of MAO is. It's not going to be so dry, talk about stochastic, Bollinger Bands, triangle, pendulum. All this itself is something special, yeah? We want something more than that. So how? Anybody? Still no answers? Xu Zong took no, okay. That's a good one, Fred. One of the two gentlemen in the picture. Okay, no. Okay, anybody else? I think for your answers, this is so funny. Okay, all right. I don't know whether, I think Xu Zong may know this guy. This guy's one of a very popular fund manager, also a very rich guy. Okay, deja vu. Today your MAO. King Hua say that the dog ate it. King Hua, you're very near, honestly. King Hua, you're very, very near. All right, you're almost there. The wife. No, the gut. Okay, let's say the gut lah. Okay, we'll not say the gut. Okay, let's not go there. Okay, anyway, yeah, King Hua, you're almost there already. Okay, guys, the answer I will show you right now. Okay, here's the answer. The cat. Yeah, the cat really. The cat is. I don't know what it is. I think it's a wild cat because you don't see any bells around it. The cat actually came in and stole the chicken away. Oh, I think this cat will have a happy day. Wow, this chicken size is so big as it is. This cat will be well fed for a few days. Yeah, but this is how bad it is because people are eating all the scraps. There's nothing left. So the cat had to go all the way in. Anything on the food on the table, I'll just take already. I don't care. So what happened is that because when these people sent the food stuff, right, they left it outside on the tables because they cannot come in. So if you didn't come down in time, you will lose your item because there's no one to gut for you. So when the item come ready, right, everybody must rush down. But that period, that short period of time, right, probably the cat saw the chicken and just took it away. Okay, really, this is really what happened. Oh my God. Okay, all right. King Hua very near, huh? Not a dog, but a cat. Okay. All right. Now the thing is this. The Chinese now are getting a bit worried because now they notice that, right, more and more military convoys are entering Shanghai, more and more coming in, and there are militaries, wearing military uniforms, all coming in, and they are all coming in easily tens and thousands of them. So what will happen? It will become like a potential military lockdown in state South. It's not a lockdown, military style. And that get people very, very fearful because now they see more and more military cargo planes are all coming in. All right, the number of soldiers, or at least the people donning the green uniforms, are really, really a lot. And of course, they are entering at different, including the hotels. It means the military trucks, they come into the city and they park themselves around the hotels and they get into the hotels and stay in the hotel. So that means that it's going to be a city thingy, it's going to be an urban thingy itself. And this is where it gets a little bit concerned because why? If you do that as well, right, you're going to freak people out. And Shanghai is one of the main places for China development and growth. So this is actually getting people very worried. And that's explain why today, this morning itself, right, there's some selling in the Chinese stock market. All right, so you see that again, you do not see this in the mainstream media. They won't tell you all this because why? You need to be on the ground, at least have some eyes over there. So this is really going on. You can ask your friend in Shanghai to validate this, okay? So of course, when you do this stuff, right, people get upset already. Definitely, people get upset. So now the people in the cities are getting upset because they are literally shouting. And the best part of the joke is this: they use drones. As I say, the government use drones to tell people to just keep quiet, don't sing. But people are not singing. People are shouting. They are ranting. They want food. They want to eat. They want vegetables. Really crazy. This is what's happening right now. So now look how bad is this. Their so-called Fangchang Yiyuan. Look at it. How bad is this? This is not from me. This is very from what is available on the social media. But of course, you don't see it on the mainstream media. This is their Fangchang Yiyuan. The what's it called? What's that English word? What's it called? Fangchang Yiyuan. the one, the makeshift hospital. All right. Well, look at how bad it is. Look at the way they don't even clean up. They just build it just for the sake of having people inside there. And look at it. They're all doing this. And the best part, the toilet, no door on hall. That means really the ladies go toilet. You're exposed. You need to have somebody helping you to cover here and there. And the toilet, the flush is all mostly spoiled. There's some people defecate everywhere. So it's really crazy, right? And people have to fight over food itself. Pre-fat. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. So this is the thing. Yeah, must bring umbrella. That's the last time I saw. Susan will know. Okay. So this is really crazy, guys. Don't understand, right? So you read on top this one. 救命啊！我们好 don't know 好惨吧？那我 screen cut off 呀。是个病人，真的忍不住哭了。上海疫情，不知道要靠什么在这里活下。这哪是隔离养病，这是催命。All right, basically trying to say that, right? This is terrible. All right, this is really not for, you know, you are sick already and yet you have to go through this ordeal itself, right? Really, really very bad. And this is really, because I saw on the video itself, right? They had to fight over their food, fight over their blanket, fight over everything, mattresses, everything. Really, I mean, the point is that it's given, but is people just want more. So that is where you get the human side, the ugly side. So the young man itself, or the more able one, they get it, they manage to get some. Those old women, those are older folks as well, or ladies, right? They couldn't get it. So it's very, very bad. The situation there itself, really crazy, yeah. So of course now another thing you don't talk about is US. They keep on saying this: we will supply you with all the weapons is needed against Russia. I mean, they are just short one step itself from entering the war. Keep on giving means what? You're encouraging war to happen. What? What's the point? So it's just like now telling Ukraine, you go and fight your own war yourself. You want weapons, I give you weapons. You want food, whatever, I give it to you. But I'm not going to get involved. This is absolutely crazy. To me, it's really not. So like giving them anti-tank, anti-aircraft, everything is there. So whatever Zelensky wants is almost incredible. The US is there to give. So to me itself, you are just basically using Zelensky to get rid of Putin. Isn't that very clear? This is very, very clear. And of course, the one that's behind Putin itself probably is China, and getting two. So really, this is a beautiful step that this US is doing. And I'm going to tell you this: if they're going to giving that means they're encouraging a war to happen ASAP already, without dirtying their hand. That is the beauty of all this here. Very incredible. So you can see now, right? Basically, right? US is now giving all the tank that they want, and they're going into Poland. Yeah, through Poland. All right. Look at the machines, and very interesting. During this whole time itself, right? The Japanese journalists can cover the story very well. It's just almost every time all the military stuff, the Japanese journalists will get a first-hand information. So guess why now Japan itself is also pissed off with this. So you see this how the whole propaganda goes. Okay, this is how it works. All right, who support me? I'll give you the perk of it. So look at the weapons now. This is really going in. They are really going in, and they're not going to just only stop there. They're going to get back the victory, right? So you can see now, right, all their so-called, they really know exactly what to look out for, where are the soldiers and how to attack and stuff like that. This is really crazy. Imagine that now, right, the America really have the full idea of how to play this thing. And as long as the Ukraine follow the what do you call the dot plot, right, things will win. So this is really incredible. So now Russia is only two choices: either go for it or run. Now, last night, I had a little conversation with a group of people, or students, and one of them was sharing with me a video. Now, this video actually is very interesting. It's actually about a ex-military personnel, okay, who's involved in some of the wars previously with US. Now, apparently, his own very word says that, right, if anybody is to study from the map itself and how the soldiers are being deployed, the winner is not Ukraine. Very stunning from a guy like him. Now, I'm not too sure because he did it for the sake of getting more YouTubers or getting more fans. But I watched the whole video, and I cannot deny that I cannot trust what he said. Now, we have never went into war before, so we cannot be for sure. I know in the army itself, I only a radar platoon guy. But whatever he says is right, does make some sense. And this is where it gets scary. Now, imagine if he's actually correct. And if Russia is actually winning, but it's not being shown to the mainstream media, wow, this is going to be a slap in the face if Russia overturns this again. This is the reason why I kind of believe that there's a reason why the stock market today is selling off. There must be reason for everything. Cannot be only one. There must be a lot of reason for everything. So that is the reason why I kind of like looking at this. So you can see now, right, US is giving everything that they want. I mean, whatever Ukraine want, all these are the guided missiles. All right, 爱国者导, 爱国者飞弹, right? These are all the missiles ready to take down planes, you see. So all these are firing down. It's all everywhere scattered in this entire Poland, Ukraine itself, right? Basically preparing for war. So this is not going to stop. It seems like now everybody just want to go for war. All right, even this Boris Johnson do a uncalled visit and met Zelensky on Sunday itself. So that again speaks volume that everybody is just going into Ukraine, try to score point for their political scene. So that's why Macron also went in, right? The French president win, but this time now he thought that he will win, but now he faced a strong competition for Le Pen. So again, this is going to be like, and it's all propagandas here, if I see from my angle here. All right. So the thing is this is where it gets really scary, very scary now. because Russia coal and oil paid by in yuan and start heading to China. So now coal cargoes to arrive this month, followed by crude in May, and now they're going to pay in yuan. Oh my God, this is going to break, because why? Now all the way coal, oil, anything is paid in dollar, and that's how dollar supremacy itself stays around the whole world. Now suddenly it's all right, this is going to be paid in yuan, and obviously China going to receive it, obviously. So the thing is, this isn't that going to give a direct chance for the whole world, or at least US, to sanction China? Now you understand why it's the stock market also coming down, because of this. Because if you pay in yuan and the Chinese accept it, that is as good as in cahoot or colluding what is happening in Ukraine. And obviously it's now the EU, the USA, Japan, everybody is basically condemning what happened now in Ukraine. And if this is going to happen, this is going to open the Pandora box, right? This is going to go crazy. So that's why Zoltan Ponza, one of the very reputable analysts, says that, right, this is going to create a Bretton Woods number 3. Yes, indeed, a Bretton Woods, right? So you can see right now, but you must understand this. Look at the global coal trade. All right, look at it. Russia to Europe is 2.41. Oh my goodness. That means that, right, we're in the third spot here itself. And look at the coal futures in terms of prices. Look at how it shoot up itself. Oh my God. Just last year alone was about 50. Now it's 266, 5 times. 5 times. Oh my God. How can you, like, it's just like you pay a bag of coal for $5 and today is $25. How can you take it, my friends? Now, luckily and fortunately, now it's not the coal season, but this is going to drag. So this is going to drag and people will get into a serious trouble. Imagine paying 5 times. So now understand why it's all right. Europe is in a catch-22 position. They want to do what the US is doing, but they also know that it's hurting themselves. Now you understand why US really wants Zelensky to quickly finish it up, get it done, and we move on. So the only thing is that Russia get defeated, Putin get into trouble, and maybe Putin is no longer running Russia, and then maybe this thing will go back to normal. But how can that be? Seriously, do you think it's possible? All right, do you think it's possible right now? Let me ask everybody now. There are 90 of you here. How many of you think it's possible that this war will end soon already? Do you think that the war will end soon? Take your answer, right? If you say yes, all right, how long? If you say no, how long? Please key your answer right now. How many of you think that the war ends soon? Yes, and how long? No, how long? All right, let me see the answer right now, everybody. Let's contribute a bit here and there. We learn from one another itself. Now, of course, that means that I'm also flip-flopping my view. My view was actually expecting the war to end very soon, right? But the way I look at it right now is all right. If Russia is going to do this, this will basically give a lot of extra ammunition in terms of money back to Russia, and this is going to fight longer again. This is going to be bad. This is really going to be bad. All right. So Anthony saying no. Okay, fair enough. But how long do you think it takes? Alison saying no. It should take about 1 year. How about the rest? Let me hear your view. Jerry said unlikely. Okay. Okay. Danny says that at least 2 to 3 more months to go. Okay, fair enough. How about the rest? Yo says no, may take about 1 or 2 more weeks. So fast. Okay. All right. This Stephen saying not likely, luckily end by October. Okay. Hi David. Good morning to you, all the way from Cambodia. Ray Young says no. He says that it will likely end about February at least next year. Well, fair enough. Kinwa also says that no, it will likely end about 6 months time. Okay, fair enough. So we will see how it goes. But this is very scary, and I don't know how on earth Europe get that coal from. All right, I really don't know how they can get that coal. All right. So now you can imagine this is just global news. Let's look at something more important news. Yeah, more important. Now the bank's earnings is coming out this coming Thursday, and the hot inflation reports could sway the market into a short holiday week. Yeah. So JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, and Citigroup, they are all going to come out their data this coming Thursday. Very big Thursday. Okay. And obviously, so the consumer price index is out at 7.9%. This is going to add more pressure on the whole thing. So take note, this is all right. Is this Thursday? TSMC is going to have their earnings before open. Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, Morgan Stanley. Wow, all before market open. Oh gosh. That means that, right? That means that Thursday itself, right? On this particular day, to be absolutely careful because this may really be an impactful one. Now, I don't know about Citibank and Morgan Stanley, okay, about both Citibank or Wells Fargo, but I can tell you this for sure. Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley were bearish in the market the last 3 months, okay? So if the market is not going down in a very, it's not coming down fast enough, right? I cannot see how their earnings will be any better, yeah? So that is my first reason for this. So I think that Wednesday, BlackRock itself, right? And so sorry, one more. JP Morgan, I missed that. Oh, sorry, my bad. So small, yeah. JP Morgan Chase is also coming on Wednesday. So that means that if these two numbers are bad, example, yeah, if these two numbers are bad, then this one will be absolutely very bad. Okay, this will be absolutely very bad. All right, so Andrew say mid of May will end very soon. Cheng say 3 years later. This Polly says that, okay, Paul says that it will end about June. Okay, thank you. All right, so if I were to say this once again, sorry to deviate a bit. If JP Morgan and BlackRock numbers are bad, yeah, then I think from Wells Fargo to Goldman Sachs to Citibank and Morgan Stanley will be absolutely bad. Morgan Stanley confirmed because Morgan Stanley itself is so bearish in the market hardly moved back then. So I don't think they will do any well, okay? And of course, Goldman Sachs, the last 2 quarters have been down. So I kind of figure that maybe slightly better because they are making money now maybe, but still flattish. Then about Wells Fargo itself, right, with the current mortgage loans, I'm quite sure the numbers will be going down. Citibank itself, right, if you want an exposure also available in Russia, I think it'll be down. So that means if I look at it, right, I can definitely tell you that Thursday itself, the data will be quite bad. So do you think that the market will wait for Thursday to sell, or will you sell it soon before Thursday? What do you think? All right, do you think that the market will sell on Thursday, or will they actually sell it earlier itself? What do you think? Let me hear your answer right now. Because these are all the real stuff, these are all the earnings. All right, so this is where it gets a little bit unnerving, yeah? All right. Okay. All right. So Alison say likely a bit earlier selling. Okay. So like I say once again, be very careful. All right. This is where I think that there should be some problem coming up in the near term. Yeah, in my opinion also. Okay. All right. Now, Federal Reserve raising interest rate can help inflation to go lower. That is true to a certain extent. But why could it fail? It's all right. It's because depending on how fast they want to do it. All right. It really depending on how fast they want to do it itself. Okay, really, it all really depends. Steven says that insider will start selling before announcement. I think that's 100% for sure. And of course, Jerry selling will come in before result. And I think that makes a lot of sense, right? Indeed, yeah. And of course, you know, the public itself, right, when the cost increases, right, usually the public will adjust their behavior, their way of doing things and stuff like that. But like Brainer, she already says that it's very important to have the rates going up soon, because if not, there will be more problem. Okay, so these are all the so-called on the surface stock, which I don't want to really go into detail. But to me, it's all right. People are now asking one question. If let's say now the inflation is still going up and there's no way to bring it down itself, right? Then what should you do? Now, if you remember back in 1970s to 1980s, the time I'm not even born yet, yeah, FYI. Okay, all right. Now, apparently, shades of Volcker has arrived. Okay, apparently it's all right. In the 1970s and 1980s, where inflation was going crazy, all right, the Federal Reserve back then, Paul Volcker, spearheaded an effort to jack up the Fed fund rate to nearly 20%. Oh my God. Plunging the economy into a recession, that's for sure, before taming the inflation beast. Now, this is what I said last year. I said already, right, there's no other way. One, you increase the interest rate so fast, so huge, so people don't freak out. So no one goes into buying or creating new stuff. So what happened? The whole economy will collapse. But when the economy collapses itself, right, that means that, right, prices will drop by itself. There's demand and supply. And then after that, right, the inflation will be over. because now it's very high, right? And if you just reduce it by bit, right, it won't help because people behavior will change accordingly. I mean, example, right? If your example is that if let's say that you reduce it by a little bit to curb inflation, but if I can accept inflation, right, or go around it itself, right, I will still do what you do. So the one way is that what Volcker did is to really go for the kill. But that is a man with iron fist running the show back then. Today it's all right. You tell Jerome Powell to run it the same way. I kind of cast my question mark over here because since Bernanke time until now, no one has done it. Bernanke, right, all the way to Yellen, okay, from Alan Greenspan, from Alan Greenspan time to Bernanke to Yellen to today itself, this Jerome Powell, no one will do it. This is so silly. Who want to leave a bad name to yourself, right? So that's why they rather say inflation is transitory or lie to me, as I saw earlier the joke. So now the thing is this: if they're not gonna do that itself, if they cannot really drive recession in, then what will they do next? Think about this, guys. What will they do next? Because if you drive the economy to recession, then this is the midterm election. I don't think this Biden will allow that. I don't think Biden will allow this to happen. This will kill his whole chance of winning the election again. So if they cannot have recession, but they need to curb the inflation, then they must make sure the assets that's worth the most money must come down. So which asset now has the most money? Which asset now has the most money? Think about this. All right, is it the property market? All right, or is it the stock market? Think about this. This is very, very important. Because once you understand this as well, right, you can actually feel now, know what's happening around the whole world. This is actually very scary. Because now, if you cannot see this, you can see now, right, Yellen back then itself says that the higher interest rate will be the plus for US market. At the time itself, Yellen said Joe Biden should push his 4 trillion spending plan. Remember that? She said this, go ahead. But luckily, it was not given, or at least it was cut down to many small pieces, right? So this is, again, a very irresponsible thing that we have seen before, but again, now we have to pay the price. So now I'm going to go into this part itself, the important alternate market news, to basically summarize everything, and you make your own decision from there itself. Let's take a look. Now, everybody, this is the monetary base that Federal Reserve have been using. It means the money they have, versus the virtual 5,000 total market cap. Now you can see very blatantly that when the money base in 2018 started to reduce, right, the stock market also pulled back then. Can you see? But when the pandemic happened, when they pumped in a lot of money, the stock market reacted together. And to the point of almost incredible, when recently, when there's no more QE anymore, now to QT, the stock market actually followed through. So that means that right now, right, okay, the money that's pumped into the economy and the stock market is going together. Or can we say that, right, the stock market itself, right, is not performing without the money available. So if the money that is the monetary base is going to go down some more because of the monthly reduction, then what do you think the stock market will be having? Would it be going against it and start to be on its own and recover all the way up? Or you think the stock market is going to come down? So this is a very important question that you have to ask yourself, because I have already done my point here. Many people have been asking me again and again regarding about the portfolio, and I told them this, look, you have to be very careful because this is going to hit the market very, very hard. And of course, now we have more things coming up. All right, Bank of America. Now, Bank of America came in a very, very disturbing article saying that inflation shock worsening, rates shocks just beginning, recession shock coming, okay, according to this Bank of America Chief Investment Strategist, Michael Hartnett. All right, he's saying that, right, basically everything is going to go, all right, especially bonds and stock market is going to go down, all right. And his point is this: the current situation now will drastically increase risk ahead, and believe that, right, this 50 basis point is not going to be the end yet. So this from Bank of America. And of course, now this is really the one that really, really drives everybody's skin now. The Federal Reserve needs to inflict more losses, oh my goodness, more losses on the stock market in order to rein in the soaring inflation. Oh my God. Now this is from a former, okay, former, that means no longer around, yeah? And because of he said this itself, right? People are like, huh? Okay. And this is what I told you. If the only way to bring down inflation now is to kill off the one that has the most money, and the market that has the most money now is not the bond market that is coming down so fast. The next one itself is where? It's not the dollar. It is the stock market. The stock market now is the biggest chunk of meat that's available for everybody, and everybody is relying on it. So if let's say now, if Federal Reserve really want to go and reduce everything itself, the first thing first is to sell down in the stock market. So now we saw that the mortgage rate is going up. Yeah, home sellers fear that time is running out to cash in. So again, now this is the repeat of what happened in 2008. The same thing is happening right now, and people getting panicked. So the thing is this, guys. This is a PowerPoint mistake again. Hold on, that's a short one though. Okay, take a look at this, guys. Take a look. Okay, so a lot of people says that now that don't worry, the stock market will be good because why? The Federal Reserve will always be there to save the day. You are getting it so wrong, my friend. Okay, currently now, do you think that the Fed officials, they will actually come in to save the day, or they will stand in together and say, you know what, let's save the economy together? Now, I think you may have forgotten this. I want to remind you now, everybody. Now, the last few years itself, right, the Federal Reserve officials, there are 13 of them, right? And of course, most of them are involved in the stock market. So they always want more QE, and more QE. So you understand why? But now, because of the last big little so-called problem happening, now what happened? If you've forgotten, let me remind you. The US Federal Open Market Committee, the FOMC, announced on Friday, that was back then itself, on the 18th of February, that it has banned, it's official, from purchasing any individual stocks or sector fund holding investment in individual bonds, agency securities, and cryptocurrency. 18 February 2022. Don't forget that. So that means that this new rule applies to the board members, the presidents, the vice president, the research directors, the staff officers. So which means that, right, including spouses, all cannot know. All right, everything cannot, and it will start in May the 1st. So now, if everybody is dumping their portfolio and not able to have it now, okay, or they must sell now on the way, do you think they will stand up now to protect your interests? Do you think that they will actually think for you? This is where it gets very scary, guys. 1st of May. So obviously, what would they do now? Think about this. This is really, you don't see this again. A lot of people have forgotten about this. They thought that, oh yeah, don't worry, the Fed will save the day. You are absolutely joking, my friends. You think they're going to save the day? You are joking. They already got out already. You think they will basically be bothered by you? Whatever you have been doing? Think of it again. This is really scary, all right? Really very scary. So guys, oops, sorry. So now I want to bring this to you, it's all right, to let you know in terms of technical aspect before we go into the chart slide, 2 technical chart. Now this is the Dow Jones chart, as you can see from all the way from 2014 to now. So what you can see on my screen here is this is called a BMB. A BMB is something that we have for our TWB student. We know what it's all about. So this is the RL, this is the SL, right? Can you see that? Beautiful. Okay. So very simple. This is the X range. So what we believe is this: if the market is to go down, it will go down the same equivalent, or at least, you know. Now, if it goes up, it will go up to the same equivalent. So that's your X. Okay. Can you see that? Okay. So now what we have is beautiful. Okay. The market back in 2020, it really happened. And if you do that yourself, you have bought back at the low and enjoy the ride up again. So this is beautiful. So now look at the nearest one, which is this one here, guys. This is where it gets very scary now. Everybody take a look. 36,952 is the level for the spot market. The low here itself is 33,150, all right? So this is your range. So if you do the same thing and do a minus X, you actually comes down to here, which is 29,348. That means that, right, if the Dow Jones is a pullback, if let's say the pullback, the market can go all the way down to 29,348, which will also be very near to the 15 to 20% mark from the all-time high. This is absolutely crazy, right? Because the numbers and the charts looks very identical. So let me show you now the what do you call the promised one, the 5% chart. Now, this is the chart that we have. I'm going to make it simple for you by going live right now. Okay, let me explain this to you, okay? Let me explain this to you a very simple way. Now, to me itself, I'm a big believer in numbers and patterns. So we all know that once the market hits historical high, usually if the market first pull back, it will be 5%. All right, 5%, yeah? And if the market doesn't go down further, it's very bullish and it will go back up again. You got it? All right, this is one wave. Then, of course, if the market do more than that itself, that means the market basically really come down. So the next number, if I say this is all-time high again, if it comes down and we break 95 and still continue, it may go down to 90%. Can you see that? And if you go 90% itself, if the market couldn't go down and touches the MA, you can see the market generally goes up again. Okay, got the idea? Pretty straightforward, right? Okay, now this is where the problem comes in. Now, everybody take a look over here. As you can see on our screen, that we are now having a bit of problem. Okay, a bit of problem. Now, why is a problem here? Now, this is the all-time high. These are the 95, 90, 85, 80%. So you can see that the market from this NASDAQ jump all the way down and hit the 80% mark, stabilize and recover to back to 90%. But now the problem is this, everybody. The market now is below the 90% level and is below the moving average and is still going down. And look at it now, it's going back to below the 85% mark. So which means that there is a chance that the NASDAQ may go all the way down here itself, and that's 13,423. Oh my God. Now it's only 14,200. We're talking about almost 800 points drop from here. Do you think it's possible? How many of you think? How many of you think that NASDAQ can fall 800 points from here? Okay, so what we do is this, guys. Okay, if you think that the NASDAQ can fall 800 points from where we are right now, put the word yes 800. Okay, if you say no, then no, how many points do you think it will fall? Put your answers right now. All right, that means that if you think it's going to be yes 800, just key the word yes 800. If you say no, then give me points. How many points? 200, 300, 400. Let me see. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow, you can see that. Okay, for those people who put that yes 800, I'm going to put a marking on you by putting a love shape beside your comment. All right, then we will take note of you. Now, if you actually put that yes 800, and if the market really goes to 800, down to this level, 13,423, we will invite you for a dinner. If it means if the market really goes down to 13,423 in about, let's say, 2 months' time, okay? If it goes down to that point, we will invite you for a dinner. Now, of course, the dinner is only one time, so if you can make it good, we give you way in advance notice. But if we tell you in advance, but you couldn't make it, then no way, that'll be all. Okay, you cannot get cash, cannot. Yeah. Okay, so you can see now beside your name is why suddenly got so many people coming in because of the dinner. Okay, anyway, if you think so, just key in. All right, if you think so, 13,423. Now I don't know when would that be. I really don't know when would that be, but it's just very incredibly that number is possible. It is really possible, right? So let's see if it happens. As long as you put that yes 800, that's all, you'll be entitled to the dinner. Of course, this dinner will be in Singapore, yeah. If you're from overseas, we can send you the dinner to you. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So this is what we're seeing right now, 13,423. We don't know what happened or not. Let's see how it goes. But from the technical aspect, right, very high chance. You know why? All my students will know this is a very clear chocolate bar here, a KCB. So if the market really come down, right, there's a very good chance this will actually happen. Yeah, very happen. Wow, this one, Lion. So what should I write for you? Confirm. You didn't put yes 800, Lion. You must put it together so that you're entitled. Yeah. But thank you for your comment as well. Really appreciate your comment. Yeah. Now from me, no lah. I'm just basically giving a fair figure arrangement here. Yeah, just basically putting my thing into it. Okay. All right. So let's take a look and see how it goes. So now you understand how it works already, right? Okay. Let's look at the Dow Jones now one by one. Now this is the Dow Jones recently, the high, and you can see that it came down to the 95% mark, but once it go below 95, it went straight down to the 90% mark. Can you see that? And then after that, it so-called rebounded, ding dong, come back down again, ding dong, went again. Okay, all right. So now the thing is this: if that is going to be the way, we can see that the high each time is getting lower. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, now everybody, all my students stand by, watch this, yeah. This guy high is a BNB, right? Definitely, yeah, it's a BNB. You notice that this guy itself is also a BNB. Interesting, right? That means that the high itself, the reversal is a BNB. Now, many students now ask me, Kel, recently got no BNB. Is it because the market is not going to turn down? I say that, yeah, the high don't have BNB, but you look carefully, this is the BNB that is hiding here. Can you see now? Now this particular BNB is not the highest point. All right, but it has a bit of significance there because if you look carefully now, from the highest point of 100%, the next number is 95, right? Do you notice that the market actually triggered the 95% mark recently here? And after that pulls back down? That is something that is interesting. So to me, it's all right. The BNB is there. All right, forcefully is there. Right, and because of that, that means today is critical. Okay, it's critical because the BNB SL is still there, right? If the market really goes and stay below the BNB SL, right, then I think there's a good chance that we can see this happening. So 33,258 could be the level that I think the Dow could be going. Now the Dow now is at 34,550. Okay, and Cal, you are looking at what again? 33,258. That means you are looking at a 1,300 points move. 1,300 point move. Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible? Now, how many of you think that we can see 1,300? If you think that you can, if you think that Dow can see, if you think that Dow can see 1,300 point, you do this, okay? Yes, Dow 1300. Okay, if you think that Dow can see really 33258, key the word now. Yes, Dow 1300. Okay, now I'm not saying that the market will be going there for sure. I'm just basically doing the mathematics here, and I just show you the chart pattern. But if you think that it's going to go there, it's all right. Just text the word Dow. Yes, I mean yes, Dow 1,300. I want to see how many of you will think that way too. Let me just take a look here. Okay, so let me see. Okay, there we have King Hua saying that, Brian saying that, Lion saying that, Karine saying that, Nicholas says that. Wow, Louis said that we win this week. Wow, okay, even more confident than me. Wow, incredible. Okay, Ray Yang, hey, this Chukit. All right, Kelly, Janet, Terry, Susan, Dennis. Okay, wow, so many of you guys. Oh gosh, okay, Jerry, Richard. Wow, Sui Seng also saying that. Even Peter Leong also say that. Wow, okay. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a mathematician. I'm just giving you, drawing the lines and connecting the dots and stuff like that. But if you ask me itself, right, I'll be looking at that. So let's say now if I shorted the market, right, I'll put my this buyback figure at 33,258. Yeah. This one got no dinner. This one no dinner. But the thing is this: if the NASDAQ is a fall, if the NASDAQ is a fall towards the magnitude, right, I think the Dow will hit this level rather easily. Because you must understand, if you didn't notice this, let me just do it for you for your sake itself, right? The NASDAQ now is already now at the 85% mark. Can you see that? The NASDAQ is at 85% mark, yeah? Okay, but the Dow Jones, yeah, the Dow Jones itself is not even near 90, no. The Dow Jones is only here, no, about 94% maybe. So it's like way far away from the NASDAQ, no. So if the NASDAQ do drop to the 20% mark, that is actually the bear territory. And that will have a problem because you see, in a Dow component stock itself, right? I mean, just a quick one here. Okay, off my mind now. I just share this with you. Okay, take a look off my mind. I'm just sharing this with you. Suddenly, this thing just come to my mind and just share this with you. Okay, let's do a quick one here. Okay, so Dow component. All right, by weight. Okay, a quick one here. Is this the latest? I think so, but let me just try it. I didn't repair this, but I think it should be correct. No, it's 2016. By weight 2021. Let's get the latest one. Is this the latest? No, same one. Did they change recently? This one? 19. Okay, nearer to it. Okay, let me just check it out. Continue reading. Okay, so you look at everybody. Do you notice this? Yeah. Sorry for the small little screen there, but you can see All right, so you can see from the thing here itself, right? One of the Dow component stock is Apple, Microsoft, Goldman Sachs, then okay, yeah, I think that's all. JP Morgan. Okay, so you notice that, right? Apple, Microsoft, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, they are all the big one, right? Actually, the bank counters, they are the one that calling for sell in the market. Thank you, this Karine. All right, let me just bring it in right now, Karine. Thank you, Karine. Let me just bring it in. Here we go. Okay, better, more updated. Yeah. Okay. Okay, by weight, okay, by weight itself, you can see Goldman Sachs takes about 5.9. That's very high. Then after that, Microsoft 5.7. Then we have Apple 3.2, and then we have next one will be JP Morgan Chase 2.4. Okay, so all these are add together itself, right? Easily more than about 20, 25 actually. So imagine if this counter itself, right, really goes down, yeah, really goes down. Do you think that if the NASDAQ counter goes down, do you think that the Dow will not come down? It will. Then I say why? The only reason why the Dow is not coming down because it's more towards defensive stock. So that's why it's not moving as fast. But if once it hits, I think it'll hit across everyone. So that is a problem that I'm seeing right now. And of course, to get the middle of it, right, is S&P. The S&P itself also now is trading below the MA itself, and it's now going downwards. So S&P 500, there's also a fair chance to see 43.37 in the near term. So this is where it gets really very scary. Although that, I don't want to say this, but I think anybody who have been logical can see this. So I cannot see why people are calling for buy right now. But again, I can be totally wrong. So I will not say who's right, who's wrong. But I just want to play it very safe. Can you understand this? So now you look back into the whole thing now, right? You look carefully now. This is the German DAX. The German DAX itself is also now pretty at the near where the S&P is. So it's pretty near to the 85% mark. All right. Okay. Then after that, you look at the rest itself is pointless to do because they're all far away. But just to show you for the fun of it, that's all. China itself is definitely way from the highest point already. So this one is really out and out. Then of course, other market like Hong Kong itself is also out and out. Yeah, Hong Kong, the last high was really back to many years ago. So you can see that now we are all the way below the 80% mark. Yeah, so it's not that really useful to use. Okay, all right. So this is whereby my point is this, kind of worried that what's happening right now, and let's hope that this one doesn't go and spill over to more than this. All right. Okay. All right. So let's look at the stock market today. Right now, I know it's getting a bit late. Yeah, but then again, there's so much information today, and I really want you guys to benefit from it. So 那个黄色门开了没有？大家都看没有？ Okay, so let's look at the charts right now. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grrr, and the lemming goes is different this time. Okay, now first of all, as I mentioned again, the stock market in China now is really in a very bad shape. But be careful because the last time this happened is on the 16th of March, right? The Chinese funds came in to pump the market. So when you pump the stuff on opening price, you pump all the way to closing. Remember, and I told you take the opening and the closing divide by 2, you get an MLP of this entire candle. And the last time it really came down perfectly, it stopped here. The market rebounded. Wow, see that? Cool, right? So do I suspect that this will come down again? Yes, I suspect that this will come down again. So 13,243 will be the level that I'll be watching the Chinese stock market. If the market stops there and recover, it is very possible that it will rebound again. Now, of course, if any time the market really sells down below this, this is going to be a big problem because that means the market may dive down worse than whatever happened here. Because why? That means all the buying in this area here is now foothold, right? Right, then that will be very bad, yeah? Okay, so that one, I leave it first. Let's look at the rest of the world market for today. For the Dow Jones today, let's take a look for Dow Jones today. The Dow Jones now has traded now below the pivot 2. 34,682 is a pivot 2. As you know, below OP, below pivot 2, sell. No need to ask, just sell. Now the thing is this, the market is now hovering strongly at 34,528 because that's an MA30, yeah? That's an MA30, very crucial. Let me show you now, can you see this? Wow, beautiful guys, look at the way the technical chart of this, beautiful. You don't even need to draw anything, just have to follow, my friends, that's to follow. So once the market is below opening price and is below yellow to red, no matter what you tell me, you are a seller. You see that? And this sell is also below MLP, below P2, below OP. Oh my God, now I understand why the price come down. And the scary part is this, the market, right, once it came down, it hit the MA30 beautifully and rebound. As if that the market know MA30 exists in the chart. And the best part is this one came with a bomb at the bottom, but there's a problem here. This bomb itself, right, you draw 2 lines, the high and the low. So now if the market actually stays above, yes, the market will recover. But be careful, if the market goes below, the selling will go down even deeper to potentially 34,475. Now, those earlier numbers you saw in the 5-minute 5% theory, right? That one is for long term, yeah, very long term, yeah. This is what I'm showing now is short term, yeah. Okay, so again, this speaks volume of what may happen later today. Okay, so this you can see my system is all right. You don't need to draw a single trend line, no need to think so much, just follow, yeah. Now KSI is still green, so do take profit along the way today. Now the NASDAQ, okay, NASDAQ is all right. The KSI already jumped. Jump means what? Jump towards the sell side. So that means that the NASDAQ will really go down. Now, the first support now will be 14,157. This support must stay up. If the market goes down and break the 157, we may see all the way down to this point here. That's the next BNB at 13,984. Now, that's a lot because it's another 300 points drop over here. Can it happen this week itself? Well, if the selling persists, it's all possible, yeah, this week. S&P 500 also has broke below P2 now. is below OP and below P2 and below MLP, below MA30, MA200, all below. So this is a bad sign. That means that there is a chance to see this number happening, and that's 44.34. Now the S&P 500 itself right now is trading at 44.62. So for it to go down itself, you need to drop another about 30 points. That's a lot of points. So not too sure will it happen, but I think it's possible. Now Hong Kong, I already tell you already, right, what will already be happening. And Hong Kong, if we continue to fall further, this is a target here, 20,966. If it happens itself, right, that means we're talking about another 400 points for it to reach this point here. Okay, 20,966. We'll see how it goes. Okay, the Nikkei, as you can see, the Nikkei is a doji directional day. So today, once open, the market just sell, you just follow through sell. So the P2 itself is 26,542. So most likely the market should be going there for today. Yeah, it's about another 200 points away. It is possible to reach. Now DAX will not be open soon, so we will return later. So for a while, at the moment now, the selling is definitely in the house already. So if the market goes down further, we may see coming down to KCB at 13,842. Okay, all right. Next one, crude oil. Now, crude oil is basically fidgeting now. The thing is this, people have been asking, Kel, if there's going to be a war, so how come the crude oil is not going up? Now, you must understand the last few weeks, why the oil is going down, because of Biden every week, every day send out 1 million barrels of oil. All right, now this is exactly what happened back then. Let me just show you, if you cannot remember, this is what happened. Now, back then, it's all right, Biden administration, they bring down the oil prices, and they bring down for 1 whole month. They brought it up for 1 whole month before it bottom out, and then it goes up all the way itself. So it may happen again. The market may really do it for another 1 month. Then after, 1 month plus, then it goes. So that's why to me it's already a waiting game. But once it's ready, it will bring us to higher territory. And this time around, I think it will go much higher to 114 area. Or 15, but not now. It will not go right now. Now it's still at the point of, just wait for a while, hinges around here itself. All right, so don't chase after crude oil, wait for a while. Don't do anything yet. Okay, let's look at gold. Now, gold today, I thought that we're going higher, but there's some pullback on gold. Gold and stock markets were the same in a way. It moved together in tandem most of the time, despite contrary to a lot of people say different. Now, to me, gold today is the KSI is still green and there's no blue bars that show that there should be upside. Now, some initial pullback is expected because of the US happening, but once the become an important thing, gold price will go back again. And I still think that 1954 and 1984 will be the next 2 levels that the gold will be going. All right. So, thing is this traders kind of think of that. Yeah. Okay, so that is gold. Let's look at silver. Silver is also moving up slowly. There's a pullback today. So once it crossed $24.92, there is a chance to see the next number, and that's 25.66. Okay, all right. Okay, so we have gold and silver done. Let's look at the last 2, Bitcoin, Ethereum, to wrap it up for today. Now, the thing is this, you can see now Ethereum is coming off. It was supposed to go higher, but I was wrong. So now Ethereum is broke down below the 32, 31 level. That means that Ethereum can come down lower. It may go down to 31.06, or worse, it may just go all the way down to here. All right, that is about, how much is that? That will be about 3,000. 2,996 to be precise. Okay, all right, so watch out for that, because once the market sell, everything will go, yeah, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything. That's the reason why I tell my friends, be careful of Bitcoin. Recently, when the Bitcoin was pumping, I say, no, this one cannot be up here. So I said that likely it will go down, and now it's coming down. It broke the BNB already, right? So the next level will be here. All right, that will give you the number of